Hello all. In today's video, we will see how to make a Google quiz. So to make a Google quiz, first log into your Gmail account. After login to your Gmail account, click on these 9 dots. Go to Google Drive. Click on this plus. Go to Google Forms. A new Google form will open up. Go to this flower kind of icon. Click here. Go to quizzes. Now toggle this button. When I will toggle this button, this will convert a Google form into a quiz. Now this has two important sections. This says release grade immediately after each submission, and this says later after manual review. We have to be very sure that we check it into later after manual review, because we don't want to release the grades to the student immediately after he has submitted the form. So if this is checked, then after submitting the form, the students would be able to see their marks, but we don't want, so we will check this later after manual review. We need to uncheck all of these because we don't want to show to the students how many questions they have missed, correct answer, point values and all these. And then we come to the presentation tab. In the presentation tab, we will check the show progress bar, check the shuffle question and uncheck this. This says show link to submit another response. We don't want students to submit two responses, so we will uncheck it. This is shuffle question order. By doing this, the sequence of the question in the question paper would be different for all the students. Now coming to the general tab. In general tab, collect email IDs, let it be. Uncheck this and click over here, requires sign in. This is very important because if we check this box, then a student has to log into his Gmail account before attempting the quiz, otherwise he will not be allowed. One more added feature we get over here is that if the student has submitted response from one Gmail ID, he won't be able to submit one more response from the same Gmail ID. So we are done with the basic settings. Click on save. This will bring us back to the form section. Now please click on these 3 dots. Go to preferences. Now over here, just to make our work easy, we will click the collect email addresses and make question required. If I will check this box, then each question will automatically have the setting of required. Again, click on save. Okay, now we will start designing the form. I will very quickly copy the title from here and paste it into the form. So this is the title, R12TE and so on. And now I will copy the instructions, the guidelines which we need to give to the students, and paste it here. Below this R12TE, you will see a small section which says form description. Just click over there and paste it. Might be little formatting issues. We need to correct it. Yeah. So now we come to the first question. The first question which we want is the last name of the student. The moment I make it last name, automatically it will change to short answers. So this will take it as a short answer, not as an MCQ. Now if you remember, in the default setting I made it as required, so automatically every question would be checked as required. Okay, now click on this, click on response validation. Now in this drop down box, click on length, go to minimum character count, number as 2. So what we have done is we have added a validation which says that the length of name, the student will enter his name over here, should be minimum 2. Maybe in a hurry or maybe by mistake student doesn't enter his full name, he just entered 1 alphabet or 2 alphabet, then it will pop up a message. So I'll again show this. I went to length, then minimum character count 2, and then we can give any error message and any error message which we want. So enter the full name or whatsoever. Okay, so this is done. Now I will now I will click on this add section. Do you see these two small rectangles? Please click over here, add section. Untitled section, remove this title. The title is removed. Click on plus to add a question. Now over here you can add middle, you can add middle name. Again, it will automatically become short answer, and we can again do the same setting, length, minimum count 2, and an error message. Now please be sure that you have checked minimum count. If by mistake instead of minimum you will enter maximum character count, then it will allow student only to enter 2 alphabets. The students will not be able to enter their name. So please be sure that this is minimum character count as 2 and an error message. Right, so by this I have added last name, middle name. Now I will again add a subsection over here, remove the title, add a question, and this question would be first name. Okay, again we can do the same validation. Again click on the so add one more section. Now this section, remove this heading, click on plus sign to add a question. Now this question would be seat number. This question would be seat number. Now by default it can make it a number, because the moment we add number over here, Google Form tries to make it a number. We have to remove this. If we don't remove this, then student will only be allowed to enter numbers, the numeric values. But as we know, the seat number is a combination of alphabets and number, so please be sure that you remove that. Okay, now this is done. Seat number. No, I will add one more subsection. The title removed. Click on plus to add a question. Now this section is to add a access code. Now before the exam we will share an access code with the students. We will provide them with an access code. To attempt the exam, students need to enter the correct access code, otherwise he will not be allowed to give the exam. So for access code, I will again click on these 3 dots, go to response validation. In this drop down box I am checking regular expression. Over here I am taking matches, and now I will add the access code, whatever access code I want to set for my question paper. Maybe I am adding SCOE, maybe you can add September, your name, class, whatever. And then the error message. Error message can be please enter a valid access code. Yeah, so just let us see this again. So this regular expression will match whether the code is SCOE or not. If the student will enter some other code, he will get an error. Okay, so by this we have collected all the personal information of the student: email ID, last name, middle name, first name, seat number, and the access code. Now I will again add one more section, and this section will be contain all the questions. Now I will, to this part I will add, this section consists of 10 questions from 1 to 10. Now according to the university we will have 25 questions. We will try to divide those 25 questions into 3 sections. That would be section 1 from question number 1 to 10, second section from 11 to 20, and the third section from 21 to 25. So to this section I have given a heading that this section consists of 10 questions from 1 to 10. Now I will add a question. Let's say, let me copy this. Let's say this is question 1. I will keep on adding the options. So I have added 4 options. Okay, Now I have added one question. I have named the question as this is question 1, and I have added 4 options: option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Make sure that it is a multiple choice. Click on these 3 dots again, go to shuffle option order. When we go to this shuffle option order, the Google form will automatically shuffle the options. These 1, 2, 3, 4 options would be shuffled for every student. Now I will show you how to set the correct answer. To set the correct answer, click on this answer key. Let's say the answer of this question, this is question 1, is 1. Click here. Add points. Now we have to add points. The points is 2. Marks for this question is 2. Done. So you can see here also that this option is this is the correct option, and the marks awarded to this question is 2, and we have shuffled the option of the order. So these are the 3 settings which we need to do to every question. So I will add one more question. Let's say this is question 2. And again the options, again I am shuffling the order. Click on answer key. Let's say the answer of this is question 2 is 2. Give marks and done. Let us add one more question. This is question 3. Add options. While adding the options, you will type the options over here. I am just adding 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again click on shuffle option order, click on answer key. Let's say the correct answer of this is question 3 is option 3. Give marks to it, 2. Done. Now make sure that every question is having marks, otherwise it will calculate wrong score. Every question is having marks. Right. So by this, as we said that we will have 10 questions, I'm just adding 3 questions for sample over here. Now I will add one more subsection. Before adding a subsection, please make sure that you have clicked here. If I have clicked on this particular part and I will add a section, it will add the section after this. But by mistake, if you have clicked here and you will add a section over here, then one section would be created between your question 2 and question 3. So make sure that you have clicked on the last question and then only you add the subsection. Now I'll just again copy this from here. So this is second section. So this section contains 10 questions from, let's say, 11 to 20. For sample, I will add only one question. Okay, let's say this is question 11. You can add options. The answer key I'm setting for question 11 is 1. Points 2. Done, and shuffle the options. Please add 10 more questions. I am just adding one question. Now I come to the last section, that is the third subsection. Click here. Give it a heading. This section contains 5 questions. This is the last section. It contains 5 questions from 21 to 25, right? Like again, you can add a question over here. Here we go. So option 1, option 2, option 3 and option 4. Let's say answer. Okay, this is question, let me name it 20. Okay, answer key of this question I will set it as 2, marks 2. Done. So let me make it, this is question 21. All right, the correct answer is 2. Shuffle the option orders and we are done. So we have created this form. This form has various sections. I think it has total 8 sections, right? The first few sections are collecting personal information of the students, and then we finally come to the question part. Now, if you want to see your quiz which you have just made, click on this eye icon, preview. Your form is ready. You need to do the entries. Oops, just a second. Where did I click? Okay, yeah. You need to do the entries. Okay, entry for last name. Now we have said that it should be minimum 1. If I try to enter just one alphabet, I get an error. If I enter 2 or more than 2, it is all right. It will take me to the next part. Middle name, similarly, give the value. First name, give some values. Seat number, give some values. Access code. Now I have set the access code at SCOE. I will first give it a wrong access. Let's see what happens. It is giving me an error. The student will not be allowed to move ahead unless he has the correct access code, which I had set as SCOE. Now next. Now the questions. Now as you can see, when I was making the questions, okay, okay, so let us quickly do the questions. Okay, submit. Now the form is submitted. Student cannot submit more response to it. Now we want to see the response. I will go back to my form where I have designed the form. Go to responses, click on this Excel sheet icon, give name to your Excel sheet. Let me say response 21. Now all the responses of the students are recorded over here. Now we can see in this Excel sheet the timestamp, the time when the student has entered his, submitted his form, his email address, his score. I had attempted all the questions correctly, so the score is coming as 10 out of 10. The last name, middle name, first name, seat number, access code, all the questions and the answer which student has submitted can be seen over here. As the students will keep on submitting, this Excel sheet would be populated. Now coming how to share this form with the students. Click on send, click on this chain kind of an icon, copy this link. Okay, we can directly go to our students group. Well, it will take few moments. Yeah, okay, so I can paste this. I will copy it from here and I will directly paste it into the students account, into the students group. Now if a student wants, he will click on this link and the form will automatically open for him. Yeah, now when I clicked on it, it is giving me you have already responded. Yes, because I made that setting. By one account you can make only one entry. I have already entered, so it is not allowing me to attempt again. So this is one security feature. Now let's say the time of the exam is 11:30 to 12:30 and at 12:35 we don't want to accept any of the response. We have set the time as 12:35. After 12:35 we don't want to accept any of the response from the student. So what we'll do is we will come back to our form. At 12:45 we will click here. The moment I click here, it will become not accepting responses. So at 12:35 it will stop accepting the responses. Any students who will try to submit his answer sheet, his quiz, his form at 12:36, he will not be allowed to do so. Okay, so by this we have seen how to make a Google quiz, how to stop accepting the responses, how to share it with students. Okay, so thank you all for watching.